9 years ago, my wife cheated on me. So I divorced her and took everything. The house, the kids, her reputation. 5 years later, she showed up at my front door on her knees, begging to come back. And I let her in. Not as my wife, not as an equal, as something else entirely. Now she cooks my meals, raises our kids, sleeps in my bed, smiles at neighborhood barbecues like nothing ever happened. To everyone else, we're the comeback story, the couple who survived the impossible. But they don't see what happens behind closed doors. They don't know about the rules, the conditions, the invisible leash she wears every single day. She thinks this is her second chance. Maybe it is. Or maybe I've trapped her in something way worse than divorce ever was. People who know the full story always ask the same question. Did you forgive her? Or did you just find a better way to make her pay? I still don't know the answer.
This wasn't some drunk mistake at a college party. This was a real marriage, a real house in a quiet subdivision with good schools and neighbors who waved from their driveways. We had 2 kids, a mortgage, 10-year plans, the kind of life people kill themselves building. I met Sarah when we were 23, married at 25. By 30, we had everything we were supposed to want. And I thought we were fine. Not perfect, but fine. I worked long hours, she stayed home with the kids. We had the usual fights about money and chores and whose turn it was to wake up with the baby. Normal stuff. Or so I thought. Then, one night, my buddy Marcus called me. He worked downtown, said he'd seen Sarah walking into the Marriott off 5th Street with a guy. Not holding hands, not kissing, just walking in together around 8 p.m. He wasn't sure if he should tell me, thought maybe it was nothing, but the way he said it, I knew it wasn't nothing. I didn't confront her, not yet. I went into detective mode. I checked our bank statements, found charges at restaurants I'd never been to, a wine bar, a boutique hotel 2 towns over. I checked her location history on the phone plan. She'd told me she was at her sister's house 3 times that month. She wasn't. I hired a guy. Not a full private investigator, just someone who could sit in a car and take photos. It took 4 days. 4 days of me acting normal, kissing her goodnight, playing with the kids like nothing was wrong, and then the photos came in. Her car parked outside a DoubleTree, her walking in with him, same guy, tall, clean-cut, laughing. They stayed for 3 hours. When she came home that night, she said she'd been shopping. I asked if she got anything good. She said no, just browsing. I wanted to scream, flip the table, burn the house down, but I didn't, because I knew what was coming. A divorce like this, with kids, with property, whoever had the leverage controlled everything. Custody, the house, retirement accounts, her family's opinion, the court's sympathy. So I waited. I documented everything, saved screenshots, backed up files to 3 different drives. I talked to a lawyer, quietly. Then I set the trap. I told her I wanted to go to couples therapy. She looked relieved, like she'd dodged a bullet. We went twice. She cried in the sessions, said she felt disconnected, that I worked too much, that she needed more from me emotionally. The therapist nodded, took notes. I played along. And the whole time, I had a folder in my car with everything I needed to bury her. I wasn't angry anymore. I was surgical. The confrontation happened on a Tuesday. I remember because the kids were at my mom's. I'd planned it that way. Sarah was in the kitchen making dinner, humming to herself. I walked in, set my phone on the counter between us. She glanced at it, then at me. "We need to talk," I said. She froze, just for a second, then smiled. "About what?" I didn't say anything, just unlocked the phone and slid it toward her. The first photo was her in the hotel lobby. The second was her kissing him against his car. The third was a bank statement with a charge for a room at the DoubleTree. She stared at the screen. Her face went pale. Then she looked up at me. "You're spying on me?" Not denial, not an apology. Offense. Like I was the one who did something wrong. I almost laughed. Yeah, I said, I'm spying because my wife's been fucking someone else for 6 months. She flinched, grabbed the counter. It's not like that. Then what's it like, Sarah? Silence. Her mouth opened, closed, opened again. You weren't here, she finally said. You were always working, always gone. I was alone. So you went to a hotel with another man? I needed something, she said, her voice cracked. I needed to feel wanted. I just stared at her. She started crying, real tears, the kind that smudge mascara. I'm sorry, she said. I'm so sorry. I made a mistake. I'll end it, I swear. We can fix this. I shook my head. No. Please, I'm filing for divorce. She grabbed my arm. I pulled away. You can't, she said. The kids are why I'm doing this. Her face twisted. Confusion. Panic. What does that mean? I didn't answer, just walked out. She followed me to the bedroom, begging, promising, saying she'd do anything. I packed a bag. Where are you going? She asked. My mom's. You have until Friday to move out. You can't kick me out of my own house. It's my house, I said. My name's on the deed. You'll get your half when we sell it, if we sell it. She stood there, shaking. I left. I didn't look back. The next morning I filed. No fault state, but I attached the photos anyway. Her lawyer tried to spin it, said she was emotionally neglected, that I was controlling. My lawyer shredded her. We had the evidence, the timeline, the money she spent on another man while I was paying the mortgage. And then the custody hearing happened. That's when everything fell apart for her. I thought the affair was the worst of it. I was wrong. 2 weeks before the custody hearing, my daughter Mia came home from Sarah's apartment. She was quiet, wouldn't look at me. I asked if everything was okay. She nodded, but her eyes were red. I didn't push, not yet. That night I heard her crying in her room. Not the normal kid crying, not the I'm tired or I miss mom kind. Deep, gut-wrenching sobs. I knocked. No answer. I opened the door. She was curled up on her bed, facing the wall. I sat down next to her. Mia, what happened? She didn't say anything for a long time. Then, in the smallest voice, Mom hit me. I went cold. What? She slapped me, Mia whispered. I asked where she was going and she got mad and she hit me. My hands started shaking. Did she say anything? She said I was just like you, that I was trying to control her. I wanted to break something, drive to Sarah's apartment, drag her out by her hair. But I didn't. I took a breath. Did it leave a mark? Mia shook her head. Are you sure? I think so. I took photos anyway, just in case. Then I called my lawyer. He said to document everything, get Mia to write it down, date it, sign it. I did. The next day I filed for an emergency custody order. Sarah's lawyer fought it, said Mia was lying, that I was coaching her. The judge didn't buy it. Temporary full custody, pending evaluation. Sarah was allowed supervised visits, once a week, 2 hours. She showed up to the first one crying, begging Mia to forgive her. Mia didn't say a word. By the time the divorce was finalized, I had everything. Full custody, the house, the car, most of the savings. Sarah got a small settlement, enough to rent a 1-bedroom apartment and start over. Her family stopped talking to her. Her mom called me, apologized, said she didn't raise her daughter to be like that. The guy she cheated with? Gone. Blocked her number the second the scandal went public. Her friends ghosted her. She lost her part-time job. The employer said they were restructuring. Within 6 months, she was broke, alone, broken. I didn't feel bad. I felt nothing. I focused on the kids, on work,
on rebuilding. And for 5 years, I didn't hear from her. Not a text, not a call, nothing. Then one night, the doorbell rang. I checked the camera, and there she was, on her knees, sobbing. I opened the door. She looked up at me, makeup smudged, hair tangled. I have nothing, no one. I lost everything. I know I don't deserve anything from you, but please, please, I need to see them. I need to see my kids. I stood there. Mia was 13 now. Jake was 10. They were old enough to remember her mistakes, young enough to still need her. Please, Sarah said again, I'm begging you. I should have closed the door, but I didn't.
I let her in. Not out of forgiveness, not out of pity. I let her in because I wanted to see if she'd really changed, or if this was just another performance. She sat on the couch, shaking. I wouldn't even look around the house. I brought her water. She didn't touch it. The kids are asleep, I said. You can see them tomorrow. She nodded. What do you want, Sarah? I want to be part of their lives again, she said. I know I don't deserve it. I know I messed up, but I've spent 5 years trying to fix myself. Therapy, meetings. I got sober. I got a job. I'm trying. Good for you. I'm not asking to move back in, she said quickly. I'm not asking for anything except a chance. I didn't answer. She looked at me, eyes red. I know you hate me. I earned that, but they're my kids too. You lost that right when you hit Mia. She flinched. I know, she whispered, and I'll spend the rest of my life trying to make up for it, but please let me try. I sat back. I could have said no. Could have sent her away and never seen her again. But something stopped me. Maybe it was curiosity. Maybe it was cruelty. Maybe I just wanted to see how far she'd go. You can see them, I said, but there are conditions. She nodded immediately. You don't get a key. You don't come over unless I say so. You don't make plans with them without asking me first. Okay. If you want to be in their lives, you do it on my terms, not yours. I understand. And if you screw up even once, if you miss a visit, if you lie, if you do anything that hurts them, you're gone. Forever. She nodded. Say it, I said. I won't screw up. Good. She started coming twice a week, supervised. She'd sit with the kids, ask about school, help with homework. She never pushed, never asked for more. After 6 months, I let her take them to the park, alone. She brought them back on time, every time. After a year, she was coming over for dinner, cooking, cleaning, trying to be useful. The kids warmed up to her, slowly. Mia was still guarded, but Jake started hugging her again. And Sarah? She never asked for anything. No money, no second chances, no reconciliation. She just existed in the margins of our life. That was the first time I wondered when this stopped being punishment and started becoming something else. Until one night she stayed late. The kids were asleep. She was washing dishes. I walked into the kitchen. You don't have to do that. I know. I want to. I watched her for a moment. Why are you really here, Sarah? She stopped, turned around. Because I lost everything, and this is all I have left. You could move on, start over somewhere else. I tried. It didn't work. Every time I tried to build something new, I felt empty because I wasn't with them. I wasn't with you. I'm not your husband anymore. I know. She looked at me, really looked at me. But I'm hoping, one day, maybe I could be again. I didn't answer. She moved into the guest room 2 months later. No ring, no ceremony, just proximity. She cooks, cleans, take care of the kids. Never complain. To the neighbors, we're the couple who made it work. To the kids, she's mom again. But to me, she's a woman who's still trying to earn back something she already destroyed. And I let her. Because part of me wants to believe people can change, and part of me wants to watch her break all over again. She asked me about remarrying last month. I told her maybe, after Jake turns 25. She smiled, like I'd given her hope. But we both know the truth. She's not my wife. She's a guest, a tenant, someone who's allowed to stay as long as she's useful. And if 10 years pass and I still can't forgive her, I'll let her go. Quietly. No drama, no fight, just go. And she'll have to start over. Again. At 50. With nothing. She's happy now, or she pretends to be. Happy in a way that feels fragile, desperate, like she knows it could all disappear tomorrow. And me? I don't know what I am anymore. Not the victim, not the hero, not the villain either. Just a man who learned that forgiveness and revenge aren't opposites. Sometimes they're the same thing. And the worst part is knowing I could end this any time, but I don't. She's in the kitchen right now, making breakfast. The kids are laughing. She's smiling. And I'm sitting here wondering, at what point does giving someone a second chance stop being mercy and start being the cruelest thing you've ever done? I still don't have an answer, but I'm not looking for one. Not yet.
What would you have done? Drop a comment below. I'm reading all of them. If this story hit you differently, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you want more deep dives into the dark side of human nature, make sure you're subscribed. I post stories like this every day of the week, and you don't want to miss what's coming next. Thanks for watching, if you're still here.